Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is time for a brush declutter. I promised to do this because I just purchased 3 Nabla Cosmetics brush sets. They all come in these transparent handles in different colors. You'll see them throughout the video, and that meant that I brought a lot of brushes into my collection, and I also ordered from Morphe for the Jaclyn Hill collaboration, which I really love. So it's time to get decluttering of this. Is my whole brush collection, I believe. I'm looking around, but I think this is it. This is all of it, except for those brushes that I showed in my haul that I have already put aside from these new Nabla sets that I bought that I know I wouldn't use. So for example, this one, I did not keep a second one of these. I have enough of one. So those are new and they're already outside. This container right here is a wooden container that my husband puts dividers into, so it's divided in 3 parts, and these are really my backup brushes, and I'll go through these last because I want to first go through the ones that I use on a daily basis, and those are these or rather, eye brushes are mainly these 2. I have some extra here that I need to like use, and these are the current dirty face brushes, and I have other ones here. So this container right here is from Zoeva. It's a clear acrylic. It has 1 and 2 big slots, and then these are divided in 2, so these 2 are smaller slots, and this is like on my desk, and I keep it as my clean brushes to use. And then this is a new one. Not the container is not new, it's just an acrylic container I got, I don't remember where, but these are also all clean or recently cleaned, and then these are the ones that I have in use and that are dirty. So let's go through the easy ones first. Face brushes. Of these I don't think I will declutter anything. I'll zoom you in. Okay, this should show you enough. Starting with my favorite blush brush, powder blush brush. This is the Zoeva 127 Luxe Sheer Cheek. Gonna definitely keep that one. I am keeping my big powder brush by Nabla. I really like this. My Nabla highlighter brush. My Nabla concealer brush. Really nice, flat, small, but good enough to blend concealer. Another small concealer that I'm keeping is 146 Concealer Perfector from Zoeva, and this one instead is very, very stiff, whereas this is, you can blend easily. This one is really for application close to the under eye. Perfect when you do your lower lash line in eyeshadow before you do your concealer. My big, it's called the Luxe Face Definer from Zoeva, number 101. This I use for powder bronzer. Definitely keeping. Nabla 308. This is my cream blush brush. So difficult. My foundation brush from Nabla and 307. I have another foundation brush from Nabla and 307. This is the new one because I use both. I really like them. And the cheek shaper is my cream bronzer and contour brush, and this is the precision powder brush from Nabla, and this is perfect to really just pat under the eye or on the T-zone for a focused application of powder. So these are all staying. Now let's look at my backup face brushes. And for example, I already see another Nabla and another Nabla concealer and another Nabla highlighter that I'm definitely gonna keep. I like these a lot. Another Nabla cream blush, or what I use for cream blush, that I'm keeping. This is an angled big brush from Nabla, the 309, and I use this for cream contour or cream bronzer if the other one is dirty, so I will keep this one. It's not my favorite shape because it's quite big on my face, but yeah, I'm gonna keep that one. From the rest of these, I'm definitely gonna keep the Real Techniques Expert face brush. This was a repurchase, I think, because it looks pretty new. I really like this for foundation, so I'm keeping that one. I am keeping the Nabla highlighter brush. This is from their original holiday collection, the first one they brought out. It's smaller than the new one, as you can see, and it's more tapered. I love that one too. I'm keeping it for sure. I have these two setting brushes from Real Techniques that I use for concealer, and I'm gonna keep them, even though one of them is a bit, I think this one is actually a bit spiky and it's older. So I think I'm gonna throw that one away actually, keep the other one. This is a Morphe E48. I use it to set usually my under eye, but I don't do that with a separate powder, and I like my precision brush from Nabla better because this one is flat, so I don't know, it works better I find. So I think I'm gonna, this is a maybe. I don't know that I use it very much in the way I'm doing my makeup now. Similar thought is with the E3 by Morphe. These are great quality. They're just, this is actually quite similar to either this one that I use for powder bronzer or because it's tapered, it could be a nice powder brush. I think I might, yeah, just put them next to each other. I'm gonna probably make a pile of things that I want to actually put in my rotation and see if I can use the brushes or if I like to use the brushes, and otherwise I'll give them away. The Zoeva Lux Cheek Finish I'll keep because I use it when my other one is dirty for powder brushes. The Colourpop, I don't know, this is the small concealer brush that I use for concealer. I like it, I use it. Concealer is the brushes that I actually exchange and change out the most because they get dirty the fastest. This is a Zoeva face shape, why I cannot talk, and it's quite sturdy. I used it recently because all my other concealer brushes were dirty, but I'm gonna pass it along. It's still in great condition, but I barely use it. It's not my type of, it's too stiff. It's not my type of brush. The Nabla foundation buffer brush I use for cream blush usually to stipple it on, so I'm gonna keep that one. The Nabla Bon Min brush I can also use for either foundation or for cream blush, so I'm gonna keep that one too. This is the Morphe R36. I'm gonna pass this along because I don't use, these type of brushes are more for, yeah, either under eye powder or originally powder highlighter, so I don't use much, and I prefer my Nabla ones. They have much more delicate application, so I'm gonna pass this one along. I have a fan brush. I keep it because it's the only fan brush I have. But Glam Shop sent me some of their brushes as well, and I actually really like this one. It's very soft. I don't really know what to use it for, but I'm gonna put it in my to try pile. They also sent me this one, which is number T127, which is an angled small brush. I used it for application of powder underneath my eyes. I'm gonna put it in my to try pile so that I will check if I like to use it. This guy right here is also from Glam Shop. This one I like less, even though I thought it would be very similar to this, but it's a bit denser and I don't find myself using it, whereas this one is much softer, the small powder brush. So I'm gonna pass this one along. This is a giant fan brush. I want to try to use it a little bit more for maybe bronzer or contour because the section here is quite small, so it's yeah, pinched here, and yeah, I want to try it more. This one is the Real Techniques cheek brush, and I use this for foundation. I also have a domed shadow brush that I use for concealer and correcting. I'll put it to the side because I have a few of these and I want to see them next to each other. So these are the ones that I'm surely keeping and that I will be putting back here in the Zoeva container. This I'm gonna take a look later. Now to look at the brushes that are in my wooden container that usually sits far away from my desk, because these are really backups. Like for when I really don't have any brushes or I want to do colorful makeup or face painting, and there are a lot, and this is the main thing that I need to get rid of because the other ones, I mean, it's overseeable. This is not anymore. I'm going to pass on the pointed foundation brush by Real Techniques. I don't use it. I will keep the sculpting brush because it's the only really dense contour brush that I have, so I'm gonna keep this one. I like the shape a lot. I am going to pass on the e.l.f. small stippling brush. I don't use it. The contour brush from Real Techniques, I'm also gonna get rid of. The dual fiber brush from Real Techniques, I'm gonna get rid of. Here is another small concealer one. The Real Techniques big dual fiber face brush. I need to see if I can use it somehow. It looks like a bronzer brush for me, but I don't think, we'll see. I'm gonna try that out. This is the Glam Shop T123, and I've used it for foundation. It's just not my style of brush, and it is very similar to, oh, actually a brush I already decluttered a while ago then. Yeah, the Zoeva one looks very similar to this one. I don't have it though. I think I really did declutter it previously. I have two more contour brushes from Real Techniques, and I definitely do not need both. I'm gonna keep this one because it has the coolest packaging, or like brush unit. Oh my god, words, I'm sorry you guys. So I'm gonna pass this one along. Again, decluttering another one of the flat foundation brushes. This is the Lux Highlight by Zoeva. I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna try to see how to use it, but I really like their white natural hair brushes, so I want to make sure I can use it. This is a Sigma Dual Fiber Powder and Blush brush. This was, I won it in the giveaway from the Strawberry Makeup Bag when she had a blog that, and we were both bloggers. I think, I don't know, I think I'm gonna pass it along. I haven't used it in a long time, and it's the stippling that is not really my thing. This guy is the e.l.f. Angled Blush Brush. This one can also go. I haven't used it in forever. This is the Morphe Mb41. This I bought and used specifically for the bronzer of my Hourglass palette, because all of my bronzer brushes are so big, and this one fits perfectly in here. So I'm gonna put it in my to try pile and see if I have anything else that can fit in there, and otherwise I'll yeah, pass it along. This is from Glam Shop. It's the T119. It's a huge powder brush, and I don't find myself using it. It's so soft and beautiful, but I'll pass it along. Similar situation with this giant Real Techniques powder brush, sorry, and I think I'm gonna pass this one along too. It's just not my style of powder brush. I don't apply it like that anymore. This is the blush brush from Real Techniques, and this I'm gonna keep for bronzer application. So I'm just gonna keep that one. This is the Multitask Brush, and it reminds me a lot of my Nabla powder brush. So I'm gonna put it in the to try pile and see if I like to use it. I have, this one is new. This was sent to me by Makeup Geek. This is their angled stippling brush, and I really like it to apply foundation, so I'm keeping that one. I have two Real Techniques stippling brushes, and only two, really? I think I want to keep one of them because of just in case. To have one, I use these for like BB creams or like light covered foundations. Not all of them apply very well with stippling brushes because you can get quite streaky application. So I'm gonna keep this one, which I think is the more recent, and I'm gonna pass this one along or gift it or something. This is another concealer brush. This is a giant Real Techniques brush. This is the bronzer brush, and it's way too big for my face, so I'm gonna pass this one along too. This is the Real Techniques buffing brush, keeping it, love it, for foundation. Same with this other buffing brush, which is just the older version. And then I have an e.l.f. stipple brush, which I will also pass along because I, as I said, don't love stippling brushes. I found one last one. This is the Bare Minerals Perfecting Face brush, and this is very tiny, and it has a hole here in the middle. I used to really love applying a BB creams with this one. So I'm gonna put it on the to try pile and see if I still want to use it, because I remember loving it. So you guys, we have pared down my face brushes by a lot. So these are the ones that I'm gonna keep together with the ones in my Zoeva thing. Let's see what I can fit. These are the ones that I'm gonna actually put in a separate container to use. And then I'm gonna decide what to do with them, if I'm gonna keep them or pass them along as well. These are probably going to go, oh no, this one is still good, but these are quite old and I'm probably gonna go in the trash because of they're all sticky on the bottom. It's a pity. No, this one is not. These ones are. So, and then these are all the face brushes that I am decluttering. I forgot to say at the beginning, if you're interested in any of this, I don't want to make money out of it. So if you just want to contact me on Instagram because you want some of the brushes, specific ones, or a whole pack, we can talk about it. Feel free to contact me on my Instagram account in my DMs. And now let's move on to the harder part, which is eyeshadow brushes. This is really hard because I have a lot of them, but a lot of them. So these are the ones that I use. I know these ones too. Okay, these are the ones that I use on a regular basis, or that I've used in the recent times. One thing I'll do first thing is to pull out all of the Nabla brushes because they're new, or relatively new, and I love them, and I already kind of took out the ones that I don't use. So let's do that first. Also, not a genius move because now I'm mixing clean and dirty brushes. You can see some of them are dirty, but I know that half of them are clean. It was not a smart move, Alice. I think that's it, and I have them from a few different sets. I have this white short set, and these are was the rose gold, white rose gold set. I don't remember. The most interesting one in the set is this cut creaser. Really good. I don't have anything like this. It's so thin and sharp at the top, and these I'm definitely all keeping. I have actually discussed before that I in my haul that I don't really know what to do with this dual fiber brush right here, but I'm keeping it. I had two because I bought two of the sets, and one of them is new and it's at the side, but I want to keep at least one of them, so these stay. That's already a very big part of my collection. The other thing I want to take out are my brow brushes, which are Essence eyeliner brushes. I think I only have three. Yeah. These three are the ones that I use for my brow pomade, and I love them. They're, again, super thin, and actually, if you know any other brush that is super thin in section and that allows you to really make brush strokes that look like hair, I would really like to know, because I don't know that these are available anymore. So one of them I see is dirty, the other ones are clean, and I'll put them away. I have one lash and brow groomer. I like this a lot because I use it to remove clumps of mascara with this metal side of it, so I keep this one. I have two spoolies that are important, so I'm keeping those. One brush that I could never ever get rid of and I wish I could buy individually is this Smudge Brush by Real Techniques. This is the perfect under eye smudger. It works so well and there's nothing like it. I have a few other that I can use for the same thing. For example, this shading brush, but you can see it's much bigger and the cross section is wider. I also have the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH46 for that use. This is another smudge brush, but it was from a later collection, and you can see it has longer bristles and it's much more soft, so it moves more product and it doesn't keep it as concentrated as I like it to. So that's a pity. And I'm sure there's more we're gonna get to them. Oh, here, one more. This is a Morphe R43 that is very similar. And these I use a lot, and like every time I do my makeup, and I really like to have them in my collection. So I'm definitely keeping those. Then let's look at flat shaders. Okay, so these are the flat shaders I have for applying shimmers on my lid, and the two that I love the most are these Essence ones. They're very old. Again, what is really nice of them is that they're quite, I don't know, spiky a little bit, so they pick up a lot of product. They're not very smooth or synthetic, because those I find actually have a harder time picking up these glitter multi-chromes or like sparkly shades. These do a very good job. One of them is clean and one of them is dirty, I see. Another one from Essence is more recent. This is again a similar one, but it's more smooth, so it doesn't do as good as a job. Also, it's looking quite bad. Oh, it's just dirty. Okay, it's just dirty. I have two Zoeva 234 smoky shaders. These are really nice. I'll keep them both. I really like them. From Jaclyn Hill and Morphe, the JH51, you can see it's quite a nice small size. It is a little bit fluffier and softer than the ones that I prefer, but I really like them, and one of them is really new. So I'm keeping those. Oh, here's another one. I have 3 of those. Another one from Nabla. This is a little bit more smooth and synthetic, and this is the Dub and Smudge. Keeping that one. This is a Glam brush from Glam Shop that they sent me. This is the 0101. Also really nice and works really well. And this is a tiny Morphe from a set. This is one of my favorites because it's spiky, as I said, so quite frazzled edges, so it picks up really well the product, and it's a bit smaller, so I can control it better. Oh, and here's also another Morphe M167 from that kind of category, from the Pride collection a few years ago. Also gonna keep that one. These are the like MAC 117 type of brushes. I think I even have a MAC 117. Yeah, here it is. A 217, yeah. Here it is, it's used. These are all blending brushes that are medium sized, that have a pinched ferrule, and work really well for me for blending my transition shades. So I have the MAC one, I have a few Zoeva ones. This is a 227 soft definer, and I have 2 of those at least, yes. Then I have the 221 soft crease, but this is a circular, not pinch ferrule, so I'm gonna put it back down. And then I have this Glam brush, which is the 104, also same idea. Really like these. As you can see, they're all dirty because I use them. Morphe and Jaclyn Hill, the JH33, really good for this. I really like the quality of those eye brushes, by the way. And then from Morphe I have the M456. Well, this is a perfect for a little bit darker, more detailed crease work. Not super detailed, but it's smaller than these other. Love that one. And then this is a Morphe from some set. This is a little bit tapered, and I love it for that, even more precise. And then here I have another JH33, so I have 3 of those. These are some of my favorite. Let me pull out the dirty ones and put them back where they were. Because what I wanted to avoid was to have to wash these all, because some of them are dirty. Let's take a look at the big blenders with a circular cross section now. These I have less of because they're not my favorite, because they're usually quite big. So I usually use them for neutral shades or shades that I know I want to and I can blend very far. This is, for example, the 228 Luxe Crease by Zoeva. This is the old 228 crease, so not the luxe version. And this one, especially the one with the dark bristles, I use to erase, let's say, the eyeshadow looks, or to really blend the edges to nothing. And then I also have, this is a 221 Soft Crease, which is a little bit smaller. It gets a little bit sparser as a bristle length on the top, and it's just slightly different and smaller version of that. This one is a no name and quite big, so I'm gonna actually get rid of this one. I don't really have big eyes, so I really don't need big brushes. This one is great. I'm 5'13" by Morphe. I really like. This is the Glam Brush 108, which is also too big, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. This is a Morphe no name that I have, but this size I like. Same with this one. Also Morphe from a set that doesn't have a name. It was a really great, I think it was like the 12 eyeshadow brush set. Really great. And this is the JH34, which is a smaller, thinner, and tapered one. Love that one. So these I'm all keeping. And here we have also another category, which are smaller blenders and pencil brushes. There's a few different types here. So for example, this one right here is the M507 from Morphe, and this one is a blender for in the crease, like the outer V, really the darkest shades or really precise work. Love this one. And similar to that is the M507, one of my favorite brushes, together with the 506 right here. Ooh, I think I have multiples of those, by the way. The 507 is tapered, whereas the 506 is not. Perfect, best outer V brushes I have, together with the Nabla ones. Here I have another 506 indeed. And Nabla has them, let's say like this, from the Amethyst series, or really similar to these, which is the 205 from the Ruby series, and in the Denude brush set there's also one of these. Love them to pieces. The more I have, the better. So these are definitely all staying. This one here is from BH Cosmetics, from a set, and this one is similar shape, but it's a bit stiffer, and I don't find myself using it, so I'm gonna pass this along. Then I have a bit of bigger pencil brushes, like this 231 Luxe Petite Crease by Zoeva, which I'm gonna keep. It is helpful to do crease work when I want to use a lot of colors, and I think I should have more than one. Yeah, here's another one. As you can see, stained in blue, because I like these ones a lot as well. Oh, this is a Glam Shop brush that is, again, similar to the other crease brushes that I really like. This is the 122. Then I have these three, which are Real Techniques. They are called the Essential Crease Bar. Oh, the Essential Crease Brush and the Base Crease Shadow Brush. And this one doesn't have a name because it's been used too much. These two are the same, and they're more flat. This one has a more circular cross section. I use these to apply cream eyeshadow usually, but since I have a lot of the Nabla ones that are very similar, like this one 301 from the Amethyst, I'm gonna get rid of these. What is left here is actually all pencil brushes of different shapes and sizes. One of my favorites is this Nabla small pencil from their white or rose gold collection. I love to do really like deepening work in the crease with this. It fits so perfectly. Definitely gonna keep that one. These are the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill ones that are similar. They are the JH52. These two that are the same, and these are the 39, which are, one is a little bit longer, one is a little bit shorter, both amazing for crease work, and I'm gonna keep all of them. This one right here is a Morphe M321, and I barely use it, so I'm gonna pass that one along. This is a Morphe E36. I do really like this, so I'm gonna keep that one. This is a Morphe No Name, and I don't know, it doesn't feel great, and I have a lot of the ones that I actually really love, so I'm gonna pass that one along. This one is the Boozy Brush Pencil A04. That's a local web shop from the Netherlands. I have a few of their brushes. I don't have really big opinions. I'm gonna pass this one along. It's a bit too pointy for me, I think. This is from Pixie. It was part of a brush set from them, and I'm gonna pass this one along. I don't really use it. I have two pencil brushes from Zoeva, the Luxe Pencil and the Pencil, both do 30, and I haven't used these in a while. I'm gonna pass like one along and I'm gonna keep the other. From Morphe and Jaclyn Hill, the 38, which is a little bit of a longer and softer pencil brush. This is the M222, which is bigger, and the M431, which is smaller and a little bit more pointy. I like all those brushes, and this is a Sigma Pencil E30, but I'm gonna pass this one along. I don't know, I don't feel like keeping it. I have a few brushes that are specific for lining the lower lash line. At least that's how I use them. They're probably eyeliners, or for example, this is the Brow Line by Zoeva. This is 322. It's very sharp and angled, and these two are just very sharp and flat. These are the Morphe 432 and the Jaclyn Hill 43. I don't need all of these, to be honest, but they are all different in cross section. Like the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill 43 is has a, I don't know, trapeze type of cross section. It's not completely square. Interesting. I think I like this M432 better, to be honest, and I'm gonna pass these other two along. These are flat shader brushes. This one is from Colourpop. It feels more like a lip brush, but it is, I think, like this foiled eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna pass this one along. I never used it. Same with this e.l.f. concealer brush. I don't know. I don't use them. It actually doesn't feel too bad though. I'm thinking, for example, to correct with concealer. Maybe I can keep this one for that. This one is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill 48. I use this to clean concealer. And this one is the 44 by Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. And this one I really like to apply eyeshadow. So I'm definitely keeping these. Should be... this is from Nabla. It's a large shader. I usually use it to set my base, if I need to set my base for my eyeshadow, but it's so rare that I do that I'm just gonna pass this one along. Oh, I found another JH44 that is dirty. I'm gonna keep that one. Another one of these flat brushes, but I'm gonna pass this one along since I have those two. Here are more smudgy type brushes. I don't know, they're never really as good as the one that I have from Real Techniques. This is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill 46. I don't really like to use it, so I'm gonna pass that one along. This is a shading brush from Real Techniques. I think I saved one somewhere. I'm gonna pass this one along. This is Royal Langnickel Omnia Bomb 18 detail brush. I like this one actually, so I'm gonna keep it. This is a Morphe B33. I remember using it actually, so I'm gonna keep that one, and I'm gonna keep this BH Cosmetics as well. Maybe I'll put it in the to try bucket. Another little tiny detail pencil brush. This is from Makeup Geek. Really like this. Very small, so I'm gonna keep it. And here are some more detail brushes. This is a brow brush from Real Techniques. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it, to be honest, because the cross section is quite wide, so I cannot use it for brows. I think I'm gonna pass this one along. And these are tiny inner corner brushes that I think I use all of them, so I'm gonna keep them all. I found two lip brushes in there, probably because I washed them and then I didn't put them with my lip pencils. So definitely keeping those. I don't have many. And those are my everyday brushes, eye brushes. And these are the ones that I'm passing along. These are not it. That's not all of them. There's more. There's still all of these, which are my spares, let's say. Let's see. This is a new Essence shader brush. I'm just gonna take it out of here and put it so that I will use it. It's a newer version. it's still probably 2 years old, but I bought it, I kept it in its bag. It's just a shader brush. The question here is, do I see something that I will use? So one thing that I know is that I have this, this is a painter's brush. It's a teeny tiny brush that I bought to apply eyeliner. And even though I don't wear eyeliner, I want to have the option to do so if I ever want to do like a little bit more structured looks or add eyeliner details. So I'm gonna keep this one. Then the other one that I like is the Zoeva fine liner, so I'm gonna keep that one too, but I have two and I'm gonna get rid of one of them. Then I have this Real Techniques Precision eyeliner brush that I can get rid of. The Makeup Geek eyeliner brush that I can get rid of. I really never use eyeliner, so I don't need more than two. Those two are definitely enough. This is the detailer brush from Real Techniques, and I would like to keep it to use either actually as a lip brush, so I'll put it with my lip brushes. These two are two big shaders. One is a no-name brush, the other one is from the Pixie set. I'm gonna get rid of those, they're too big for my eye. This small tapered blending from Sigma, the E45, this is also too big. I don't see myself using it. This is a Morphe pencil brush, but I have a ton, and this is quite pointy, so I'm not gonna use it. This is a big shader brush from Coastal Scents. I'm gonna pass this one along, it's too big for my eye. I already kept one big eye shader. This is from e.l.f. This is another concealer brush. I'm gonna pass this one along too. Another small brush from BH Cosmetics. This is the Outer V brush from Makeup Geek. I'm gonna keep it and use it more because I do like this one. I remember liking it at least. Another big shader from Boozy Shop, too big for my eye. This one from Real Techniques, the Instapop shade brush, also too big. This is another very stiff shader brush from BH Cosmetics. Gonna pass that one along too. This is a Zoeva 224 Luxe Define Crease. It feels a bit too flimsy for me. This is a small pointed liner brush from Real Techniques. Don't need it. An angled shader. I don't like angled shaders. Too big of a shader. This is the wing liner from Zoeva. I used to love this, so I want to keep at least one. I know there should be more, but at least one I want to keep. Another pointy shader. This is another one of the 224 flimsy blenders that I don't personally like. This is a no-name brush. I don't need it. Another too big shader. This is from the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes that I have. Maybe I should put it back in there. Because, spoiler alert, I'm getting rid of this. I already gifted the Sultry to a friend, and I'm gonna get rid of this one as well, eventually. But now it has its own brush. Another Anastasia brush. This is from Urban Decay, Naked 2, that I already decluttered a long time ago. I don't like double-ended brushes. You never know how to store them. Random brush, another one of those shader brushes. Too big. Not interested. Too big. These are actually like quite nice brushes. These are Royal Nickel. I wish we could get these here in the Netherlands. They're in the States, but not here. This is another weird angled brush from Real Techniques. This is the Instapop crease brush. I'm not interested. Another brow line from Zoeva. One is enough. This one from BH Cosmetics is too long. This one doesn't feel so good. It's a Morphe M321. Doesn't feel good. Another Auto V brush from Makeup Geek that I want to keep, and this is a pointed crease brush from Makeup Geek. I want to keep both, but I'm going to keep them in the maybe pile. This is an e.l.f. crease C brush, too big. This is a Boozy Shop concealer. I already kept two concealer brushes, yeah, like this, so I can pass that one along. This is a Nancy blending brush. I used to use it for cream eyeshadow. I have better ones now. Wow. And these are the ones that I was saying that I was keeping for, these are concealer brushes in shape, and this one is actually quite soft. I don't see myself using this, or this one for that matter. I never ever use these for concealer. I use either my finger or more bigger blender brushes. So I'm gonna get rid of those too. Or maybe I should just keep one of them. I'll keep one of them. I'll keep the Zoeva one, just in case I end up wanting them. So these are all the eye brushes that I'm going to get rid of. That was a healthy, good feeling declutter. And actually, now that I look at it, this guy is empty. I don't need it anymore. I could plant some plants in here. I don't need it anymore. That is great. It feels really good to be rid of those. Oh, these I actually wanted to keep, didn't I? Yeah, these are the keep ones. So that was quite successful. I am so happy. I'm going to put all of the brushes that I declutter in this basket. And as I said, if you're interested in any of these or some of these or all of them, let me know. We can talk about it. And otherwise, I'm gonna let my friends go through them and pick some if they want to. And if you're my friend, just let me know which ones you want and I'll give them to you next time I see you. Very happy about this. I hope this was not the most boring thing ever, even though it might be, but I feel so good. These are gone. And now I am left with these brushes for eyes. Here are, oh, I see some dirty ones, so I can already transfer some of them. So these are my Nabla eye brushes, and here are my dirty eye brushes. And then I have my everyday face brushes right here. And then here are my backups of face, these two, and eyes, these two. And then I still have a container of maybe brushes, and I'm gonna put this in front and use it in the next week to see if it's something I want to keep or not. But it feels so much better. A whole section of my desk is now free thanks to a big declutter of brushes. Yay! Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and there's gonna be more declutters coming because I want to get rid of a few things. But this one was really needed. I needed it to clear my head, and it's a rainy day. It's the perfect video to film. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!